Hello, my loves. I hope you're all doing really well. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Esther, aka Miss Manifesther, manifestation coach and author of Manifesting Happiness. I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, how many times can you get the word manifesting in the first 20 seconds? Welcome to this EFT channel, Higher Self-Expression, for helping you to tap into your highest timeline, showing up as your highest self. And today I feel called to do an EFT around boundaries, having good boundaries. Coming from this feminine energy space of when we are in our wounded or weakened, disempowered feminine, we often have weak boundaries, maybe over people please, over apologize to people, and we're not operating from our truth, our highest self-worth. And so perhaps sometimes we take on things that we don't want to, we put ourselves in situations that aren't for our highest good. And then, as time goes down the line, often we can then end up particularly with burnout and things because, we've not honored what we need within that. So I feel called to do a tapping on that. I truly believe boundaries don't need to mean an icy heart, a closed off heart. To me, it very much feels like actually I'm operating from self-love. And I have recently asserted boundaries with people and have had similar things where people have spoke to me about it. And the other person on the receiving end has actually been like, wow, that is inspiring to me. I want to be like you, because I wish I had the kind of courage, conviction to honor my needs, to honor my truth. And I think a lot of the time, we just maybe don't feel safe enough to do that with people. We worry about the judgment of others. But ultimately, we the right people look at it and they go, yes, girl, you're who I want to be. So anyway, without further ado, I think we get into it. And also just, there may be an unblocking of your throat chakra with this, because very much it comes from your voice, right? Feeling safe enough to use your voice. So I say, probably if you are aware that you need to do something, you actually need to have a conversation with somebody, feel free to rate yourself on that scale of 0 to 10. 0 is I'm bricking this. How is it going to be received? And a 10 is no, I have to do this. And I am worth it. I'm worth it. And how you communicate is important. But I trust that you can communicate that boundary consciously, and that you know that how it's received isn't so much about you, that says more about the other person. But either way, it's got to be done, no more putting yourself on the back burner. That's a 10, you feel very empowered. You can also just use this if you're this is just something I am well aware that I need to keep working on, and helping my subconscious to really understand at a programming level. We need to be doing this a lot more. Okay, so rate that number. I am going to say let's do some breaths, because I want to kind of do the voo and start to just really open up with the sound. So place a hand on your heart, hand on your solar plexus. I always go and let's do an inhale through the nose at a pace that works for you. And then when you're ready, voo it out, okay? So ready? Let's do it real strong today. So inhale through the nose. And when you're ready, push it out. Voo. When you're ready again, inhale. And push it out. Voo. Ready again, inhale and push it out. Voo. Take a pause, just close your eyes for a second, and I'm just going to set the attention that this EFT serves you for your highest and greatest good, and empowering you to know your worth, to operate from your truth, to operate from honoring your needs, that you're able to speak up for yourself, and that you only take on as much as you can. no excess, so that you stay operating in flow. And so it is. Beautiful. Let's start tapping on the side of the hand. And I'm just going to set this intention for me as well. Spirit, please just flow through me and serve this collective with what it is that they need to tap into today. And so it is. All right, repeating after me. Even though I want to make other people happy, saying yes to things that aren't serving me often leaves me depleted, burnt out, weakened, and maybe even bitter, resentful, and angry. I am choosing to find my truth, use my voice, and honor my needs completely, loving and accepting myself. I am allowed to have boundaries. When you're ready, up to the ends of the eyebrow and round we go. I am safe to have boundaries. I am safe to have limits. I am safe to say no. I am safe to honor my needs. I'm safe to say yes to myself. I'm safe to operate in a way that feels good for me. Even if that means not going along with someone else's plan, with someone else's idea. I've said yes to things before and wish I hadn't. Sometimes I already know. Oh, I don't want to do that. And other times, I've said yes, but there's this niggling feeling, this intuitive feeling, and it says, are you sure that's for you? I don't have to say yes to everything that comes my way. I'm allowed to feel into it. Is this good for me? Does this work for me? Can I do this without burnout? Can I do this and remain balanced? Do I feel excited about this? Can I grow from this in some way? I am ready to honor my needs, to not deplete my energy, to respect my energy, only taking things on when I can handle it, respecting my limits, and responding when I have the energy. Not rushing myself in order to people please. I'm ready to communicate from this space. Communicating my needs, communicating my value with confidence. I'm not a pushover. I'm not a rollover. I'm not weak. I'm powerful. I'm divine. I'm worthy. My energy is precious. My time is precious. Access to me is a privilege. And if it don't feel good, I need to listen to that. No is a complete sentence. I'm safe to use my voice. And I'm proud of myself. It feels so good to say no. It feels so good to sign up for things, to go into things with a good energy from the very beginning, doing things on my terms. I'm allowed to have terms. And I'm open to being really surprised about how me asserting my boundaries and my needs can be received. Others can say, of course, totally get it, absolutely. They may even say, that's so inspiring, and I really respect that. I'm going to communicate my needs in a gentle but firm way. But also knowing how they are received is not completely my responsibility. But what is my responsibility is caring for my energy so I can show up to this life in full alignment. It's not just being boundaried with others, it's having boundaries with myself. Knowing my limits, structuring my time, prioritizing my joy, I am worth it. Boundaries are not me being mean or unreasonable or closed-hearted. They are my self-love in action. And I am ready to love myself more, to honor myself more, to speak my truth, and to live in alignment, knowing I can still be loved and accepted when saying no to others, but yes to myself. And so it is. Give yourself a hug. I hope you enjoyed that. Rate how you feel on a scale of 0 to 10. Boundaries is quite a broad area. Quite a lot came up there. I hope that you are feeling more empowered. And it was gentle, like there was a gentleness there. People can accept you. You are not going to be rejected. We didn't go necessarily deep into that fear of rejection. That didn't come forward particularly, but you can still be loved. You can still be accepted. In fact, you can be celebrated for having boundaries, and that's amazing, being around the right people. And truly believe that the people who are meant to stay will stay. I do believe in consciously communicating. Don't be a bull in a china shop about it, but you could, you can speak those words, and if the wrong person still can't receive it, then that's on them. You have to do what is right for you. There was something else. Oh yeah, it was the film Yes Man by Jim Carrey. With Jim Carrey in it, came in the EFT, and it is that, isn't it? Like, he's like saying yes to everything. Do you remember, like, the guy is like, is it Terrence Stamp playing someone called Terrence, and he's just like, like running down the thing to get to Jim Carrey, and it's like, you got to say yes to everything, and like how exhausting and unrealistic that becomes. So sometimes just think about that, yeah. But also, yeah, do feel into things that come along. I truly don't believe every opportunity needs to, I get so many emails about things, like, and I'm like, nah, that's just a scam, or it's just, and you just don't need to say yes to everything. So I hope this has supported you guys, and I'm sending a lot of love. If you want any more on this theme, please let me know, or any other themes. I'm listening. But I hope that you all have a wonderful day whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I will catch you all soon. Take care, guys.